Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. I think I just got my banners a little bit mixed up there, so if you saw something was like, what is going on? That's what happened. We are back for the third part of today's episode. This upset just happened at the auction. I just want to state for the record, and everyone can go back and look at the tape, when Duke Rachel told Satus that he had nothing to worry about, I rolled some dice here to see how an insight check and how a deception check went, and all three of you did not roll great, and Duke Rachel got a nat 20. And you can go back and will see me kind of rolling a couple dice.
I saw you roll something. Yeah. Okie dokie.
But yes, so this horrible moment has just happened.
Yep.
But we are again,
Okay.
right now the action freezes, and we could go back to any point in the last day or so where you guys might have done something extra to help you prepare. What comes to mind? What could have happened? Who could you have talked to? What have we done?
Okay. So,
go.
Quick math question.
Yeah.
Right.
So the House Belny, their line of credit extended to 36,000.
Yeah, and he said he would bump him 20, so we got to beat 56.
Potentially.
So we got it potentially,
yes,
and we are like that is like as high as they can go.
Correct.
Well, I mean,
unless he spots them more, and we're at, because of the stupid Sword of Valor, we're at around 45,000.
46, I believe.
46.
So we gotta come up
45 and a half, basically.
We gotta come up with like just over 10,000.
Ideally a little more.
15, I think, would be nice and safe.
Remember that you have 2,400 in your pockets right now.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. Okay, so we're up to like 48,000-ish. But still, I agree. If we could have done something to get a little extra.
Yeah. And do we think we need somebody in the room to sort of stand up like he did and say they'll stand us that, or do we need it on our account? Because they've already kind of checked the accounts, right? So
so you can either have someone stand up for that money, or if you can kind of go like, no. Here we have like, our dollar sign bag full of gold coins,
Does the somebody have to be a character that's established being in there already?
Not a character
Probably.
that is established as being in there already. I will buy a pre-existing character that is not there. I will not buy you creating a character out of a whole cloth.
Okay.
Yeah.
My initial
I'll take
thought,
a pitch. I'll take a pitch at the very least.
My pitch was, what if when we were at the fancy carnival where we got screwed over, if I schmoozed and tried to find some rich person who liked us and just would be like, one of those things where it's like, oh, what's 10,000 gold? Like, what a fun chap. Like, that's the only thing I could think of pulling someone out of thin air is like, we made friends in high places, and this person, like, of course would be at the auction and be like, I like this guy. I want them to win. Here's 10 grand. I spend that on dinner.
Sure. All right, so I'll tell you what. I can allow that, and we can say that, like, and I'm even willing to give you each a flashback.
Okay.
And sort of say that, like, if you want to, Mike, you can commit to that being sort of like, your
attempt
of kind of like you were talking to someone and you kind of were like, sometime in the future, like maybe I could, use an investment of some sort. But then we're going to do a persuasion check, and the dice are going to determine.
Of course.
And 10,000 is a generous amount. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Cal and Helena, do you guys have any thoughts on what you would like your flashback to be?
I have a couple thoughts. The most obvious is Sierra Death, who ostensibly has some money.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And likes us, ostensibly.
I thought of something really funny.
Oh, did you?
What if we just whisper, Gustav, help?
Appears with a tray of money.
Yeah.
20,000
Your 10,000 gold.
20,000 golds to the service.
Yes.
No, continue.
No, but that is hilarious. But that is the most obvious to me. The only other person who we've met who I can think of talking to is okay, there's two. One, House Selig, who perhaps Razak told to work with us.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And the other one is that guy who gave us our first credit. The guy whose life I saved in the alley.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Henslow.
Endor Henslow. Those are the people that I can think of. That's too many for just me. I get one.
Right. I would rather than me invent a character who doesn't exist. I like the idea of maybe you go with Henslow and I can go with what's the Selig? Yeah.
House Selig and maybe Helena Siradeth or maybe
you maybe
me Siradeth, you Henslow.
I just had two other possibilities.
Yeah.
One is the guy from the House of Inspired Minds, like maybe he might be interested in helping us save the world, although I don't know if he had much in the way of funds.
Yeah, I don't know what his money situation is, but
the other one, which
as
is
in like the person in the museum that you talked to.
He's at the auction tonight, right?
You mean the guy who we talked about our dreams, right?
Yeah.
That is from the House of Revelation, not the House of Inspired Minds. Yeah, that's the Dream Archivist. Yeah.
The Dream Archivist, right?
And the other is, I guess, a bit dodgy now, but how bogus is the guy who wanted the sword? Because we have the sword.
The man that wanted the sword has now been ejected from the premises and told that his money is no longer any good here. So that is...
Yeah.
That's
a tough
that is,
one.
I think,
I like that idea,
non-starter.
though.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just, we could get it a lot cheaper now.
That's true.
Okay,
But-
so maybe we split those three.
Yeah, so between Jeff the elf and talking to Rachel, we all went separate ways. And decided to get a little extra in our pockets.
Cool. Okay, so let's adjudicate this.
Okay.
So flashback, and now it's 27 hours before the auction.
Yeah.
And Satus, like after you all leave the Rachel estate, you sort of go like, you know what? We're in the right neighborhood. Hang on a second. And you sort of, you go up to the Selig household and you knock on the door. And as someone opens the door, you're kind of like, look, I'm pretty sure that you know who I am. I know what's going on here. I think that I need to talk to someone. And you aren't shown into the house proper. You're sort of brought into the walled garden. Where indeed you see a couple of people wearing Solanese insignias. And after a moment, the door opens and a lady in sort of a basically think the medieval equivalent of a Hillary Clinton power business pantsuit.
Sure.
Yes,
comes
love it.
out and she's sort of my name is Alexandrine Selig. You have 5 minutes to make your case. What do you want?
Look, obviously you know what's up with Admiral Razak and how me and my compatriots fit into this. We are essentially on the same team in different ways. So at least we have a unified enemy. You know we're after the loot for the final thing. We've made moves to where we should be okay. But I don't want to leave anything to chance. Since Razak wants us to ensure that it doesn't fall into particular hands, if something goes afoot, could you help us out with that final bid? We also might have extra funds around, so perhaps we would be able to facilitate something in return as a little, both trying to help each other out for particular items. But that's the thought. The most important thing to Razak is the Vintner not getting it. Us getting it is the way to secure that. So it's in your interest to help our interests.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Cool. Oh, cool. Natural 1.
There we go. I was like, why is the sound not playing? Why is it not playing the sound? This woman will sort of look at you and sort of go, it took a lot of careful planning and logistics to install the center that I have every reason to believe you and your compatriots dismantled at the heart of the city's docks. Whatever your business with my superiors, whatever your business with Razak and the others, I have my orders, and none of them involve helping the people that set back my interests. Get out of my property.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
Absolutely.
And so we cut back to the estate, and you're like, man, I really wish that I'd worded my arguments a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But we come back to the auction, excuse me.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
the camera moves over to Helena, and we now sort of see, again, the screen goes to black. And Helena, were you talking to them the previous day? Were you talking to them today? When did you go up to your person?
Which one am I having? Did we agree?
I'm not sure we did. But did we end up deciding?
I think
We're heading
Henslow
Satus and
probably
Henslow.
Henslow makes more
Henslow.
sense because Cal has the friendship history, right?
Yeah, with Sarah.
But what was the Henslow? Who saved Henslow?
I saved him.
Cal kind of has the connection with both of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he knows
Then-
he knows you now. He knows you're with me.
Okay.
And
We've met.
I suppose. Well, maybe you should talk to Cyrodieth because she knows you're with me.
Yeah.
A little better.
And
Okay.
and she knows
Yeah.
you a little better.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, and maybe I should talk to Henslow and just remind him about how I helped.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I think then it's kind of like maybe like 8 hours before the auction. And this was kind of, a conversation that happened this morning as things were sort of like buzzing about the estate. You found sort of like a quiet moment where Cyrodieth was looking over some paperwork, and she sort of goes, Helena, what can I help you with?
Cyrodieth, I'm so sorry to ask you this, especially when you have been so generous to Cal and to all of us since we've stayed here. The auction is coming up, as you know.
You want to take Gustav with you, I know, trust me.
We are so tempted to take Gustav. He is simply the best butler one could possibly imagine.
Trust me, if I could give him to you, I would, but he is basically married to this house.
I can see that, and what a great thing that is. It's been a joy to stay here. I'm afraid my request is going to seem more mercenary than that. We've got this auction coming up. We have done our absolute best to gather funds. As you know, it's very important to us to get a certain item. It's very important to Cal. If we don't get it, it will almost certainly fall into hands of extreme danger, if you can phrase it like that, which will be very bad for everyone. We've done everything we can to shore up enough money. We've kind of gone to pretty extreme lengths, but there are a few people in town who might actively be working against us. And what I'm asking, I suppose, is if we're just out, is there any way you could help us?
Okay, roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. I get a 19.
Okay. Cyrodieth will sort of go, okay, you've been honest with me, so I hope that you won't mind if I'm honest with you, Helena.
Of course.
I don't know how much Cal has told you about what our lives and what my life was like before my father came into money. But let's just say that the life that I now have feels, if anything, somewhat karmically commensurate, given a lot of things that I had to put up with. And I know that I don't have a great head for numbers. I know that I don't have a lot of appetite for the games that you have to play to keep money here in Bas Serenath and to make your fortune grow. I kind of I'm pretty much aware that I'm going to get a couple of good years out of this. And then once my money is going to be gone, it's going to be gone. So every big spend that I have puts me a little bit closer to that. And I appreciate that you guys are trying to stop the end of the world. But there's also still a lot of good that I want to do if the world is around with the money that I have. And it would mean a lot to me to get to do that good. What feels fair? Tell me a number, and I'll tell you if I can do it.
It's hard to know what will be out here. I think the absolute max we would be out would be 15,000. It could be less than that.
She'll nod and she'll go, I don't know how much petty cash I have on hand. Let me talk to Gustav. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I know Cal will.
Alright, and with that, we finish that flashback.
Whew, well done, Helena.
We don't know yet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And we go to Cal. As, 4 hours before the auction says the title.
Yeah.
Knock, 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 knock.
Mr. Henslow.
What part of never make contact again? We don't know each other.
Yes, I understand.
Get in.
Okay, thank you.
Close
Thank
the
you.
door. Okay, what do you want?
The short answer is money. The long answer
He'll reach into
is
his pocket and give you a couple silver coins, and she's like, all right, satisfied?
no. Sorry, I should explain. What I really want is for the world not to end. And
Okay.
in order for that to happen, I might need just a little bit more money. Now, I liked you right away from the moment that I saved your life to now. And, here's the deal, Endor. Is it okay if I call you Endor?
I'd really rather you don't call me anything, so
Okay,
please just...
okay. So, my friends and I, we've been sent on a mission, a sacred mission, to save the world. And in order to do that, we need one of the items at the auction. And we've done everything we can to make sure it doesn't fall into the hands of House Selig or House Belny. But we are concerned that House Belny might get it, and if they do, that is very, very bad. And we want just a little more assurance, and we thought that you, as the caring, concerned citizen that you are, might be willing to loan us a bit in case we fall up short.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. It's a good roll. I'm looking at my ad. 23!
Ooh.
He will go. I sincerely hope that this is the last time that I ever have to do this.
I swear, we are leaving tomorrow one way or the other.
You're leaving today, but
We're leaving today one way or the other.
He takes a key out of his pocket and opens a drawer in his desk and pulls it out and grabs a bag holding 1,000 gold and tosses it at you.
Okay.
It's the best I can do.
Hey, every little bit counts.
Alrighty. I think that then with that, the flashbacks end, and at that moment, Cyrodieth Curdell will stand up and sort of go, Master Aldrich, could we just have a moment to consolidate the additional funding that my house may be able to bring to bear? Just a minute, please. And the auctioneer will sort of, gesture at her. And she will sort of go, okay. Helena, I did everything that I could. I have 6,000 gold that I can give you.
Okay. So,
So we've got a total of 7,000 extra.
on top of the 46. Okay,
Puts us at
53,
53.
which could well be okay.
Let's
Plus, you have 2,400
plus
in
20.
your pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that
right.
too.
So
Mhm.
50, 55, close to 56.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you, Saradith.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Well, let's just keep incremental bidding and hope that we win earlier, and then maybe we don't have to even take your money, Cyrdath, but we'll have to see.
Okay, our auctioneer will sort of go, I believe that the bid stands at... Where had we left it? And House Belny is just immediately like, 40,000 gold. Well, wherever it was, 40,000 gold. Do we have an advance on 40,000 from House Curdell?
41.
Very good, sir. Do I have 43 from House Belny? Very good. 43 from House Belny. Do I hear 45?
44. Sure, 45.
45. Very good. Very good. And the guy from House Belny will sort of go 50,000. Ooh, a princely sum for this artifact. 50,000 gold to House Curdell. Do I hear any advance on 50,000? Do I hear 51?
51.
51. Do I hear 52 from House Belny? House Belny sort of raises the paddle and goes 52. Okay. House Curdell, any advance on 52?
53.
53. House Belny. They'll go 54. Mr. House Curdell, do we go past 54?
Is our max 55 or what's
I
our
think our max is 56,400, unless I am wrong. With the 1,000.
I believe it is closer to 55 and 49.
Okay.
Oh.
Then we will go 55.
55.
I hear 55. Do I hear 56? And House Belny will go 56. 56. Do I hear an advance on? I believe that that is above the spending limit for House Curdell. Anyone else? Anyone else? 56 to House Belny going once. Going. And you'll hear sort of a woman's voice behind you. What the hell? House Curlin will fund 1,000 gold to House Curdell. Very good, very good. In that case, I believe that House Curdell's new spending limit would be 56,049 gold.
We bid that.
Very good. House Belny, any advance on that? I believe that you are now also at your limit. And the man from House Belny will sort of, look around. And then he'll look at Duke Rachel and just straight up just shout like, Ison, do something! And you'll sort of see Rachel like lean back in his chair and shrug and go, my deal was for 20,000. If that monster wants anything else, that's his problem. Okay, the auctioneer says, I'm hearing 56,049 gold to House Curdell going once, going twice. Sold! And he'll bang the gavel. And instantly the room will break into some applause, some conversation. You will sort of see, House Belny will, immediately stand up and fuming, leave the room. And
I'm going to turn around and hug Cyrdath.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's fair.
you owe me big time. Yeah.
Well, I'll thank you when we save the world.
Well, thank
We'll
me
make
after
sure
you
she
save
writes.
the world. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Satus, you'll sort of feel someone, gently punch you in the shoulder from behind. And you will see Captain Vora Curlin there, and she'll go, that's 2 that you owe me then. 8th bell, be there.
Done.
Right up.
And she will walk out of the room. And Cyrdath will sort of go, well, this was very exciting, guys. Wow, let's talk about a last second finish there.
Yeah, thanks to you. Wow.
And that super cool pirate queen.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah, how do
We
you
should
know that woman?
She's cool, isn't she?
yeah,
I think
we're gonna leave with her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Don't tell anybody.
We should be doing it quite soon.
Yes. So we should probably get that loot that we just bought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
and
sort of
get outta here.
actually hear like a voice that says, "I think that's very wise. Sunset is in less than an hour," and you'll see Duque and Rachel there, and he'll sort of go, "I hope that you don't mind, but I had my own debts that I needed cleared. But you've helped me to do just that. If you would like to be reimbursed for the Sword of Valor, I think that we can make that happen with a little bit of time."
Let's do that. Otherwise, I will be so mad at you
Yeah, that is,
forever.
I think, with a little bit of interest as well.
I think we can make that happen. Look, whatever you're doing that has made that man be angry at you, be very, very careful. He is not someone that I'd cross lightly. I'll handle things with the auction house of the placement of the sword. Your count should be credited within a week's time.
Wonderful.
Great.
Thank you.
Happy sailing. And with that, he will walk away.
Okay. So how do we get?
Yeah.
How do we get that loot? Can we just
Get
go
Satus
take
the
it?
loot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually sort of see like a little window where a couple of people are going up and like talking about like placing their items. So you can go up there and talk to someone.
Yep. Would like to do that.
Alrighty. You go there, and you know there's a man that sort of goes, yes, the big winners for today. And how would you like your artifacts? Is there an address that you
in
would
our
like them
hands.
delivered? Oh, you would just like them. Okay, very
Well,
good.
the sword Duke Rachel is going to
Mhm.
take care of that for us.
Is he though? Is he taking the sword, or is he just paying us money?
He's
Oh yes, I
you know
see.
what?
He already talked to us. There's a slip here that he is handling that.
yes.
If you would like to take the sword, you are the rightful owners of it. But
Great, thank you.
yeah.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Thank you
is
so
that a
much.
Well,
yes on taking it or a no on taking it?
That was a yes on taking it. Thank you.
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
we
we-
take it and get paid?
Here you go, and he will sort of,
Thanks very much.
it is monstrously heavy. It is a blunt blade. It is probably more useful as a club than as a sword. But ornamentally,
maybe
it
we
looks
should-
great.
maybe we should leave it in Duke Rachel's hands.
Yeah, is he gonna pay
In
us
his
the money
cus-
if we take it?
Yeah, he said
Actually-
he would reimburse you. Like, he did not say that he would buy it from you. So
He's
he
reimbursing us for our bother, right? He's not buying
Yeah.
the sword.
So we
Yes.
Yeah.
so we can take the sword and
Well,
we're-
why
we'll
don't-
still
let's
get
give
the
it to-
money back.
Let's give it to Sierra Death. Let's give it to Sierra Death.
Yeah, that
If-
works for me.
Because she can then hopefully she can sell it or something.
We're
you know?
gonna be
No,
all
Cal, you
nice.
shouldn't have. It's
Yeah.
monstrously heavy and ugly. But apparently
Gustav.
priceless. I'll figure
Gustav.
out something to do with this.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
bet
much for
I
your
bet I
help.
know some people who would buy it from you. So
Talk to our friend Maeve. Maybe she'd be interested.
She
Yeah.
might well be.
yeah. Or that poor little snot of a boy who wants it so badly.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
sell it to him.
I'm suddenly less worried about getting more money. Very good.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And then he will sort of go, and the prize item, the sunset loot, and he is kind of, holding a like handsome kind of like case. It will sort of, like place it on the counter in front of the three of you.
It's yours,
Satus.
Satus.
Okay. Thank you all very much. Sure. Yeah. Cool.
You grab it.
Yes.
There's a flash, and Satus, you are gone, and the sunset loot is as well.
Whoa.
Hate it when
And
this happens.
you find yourself in that same room that you have been dreaming about. Only there is now something solid and weighty around you, whereas kind of, like the other times it has been sort of, very dreamy and airless and weightless. And there's sort of like rows of blank books in front of you, and that open book, except instead of the pages being blank, there's a question on it that just says, what is the most powerful thing that a person can know?
Themselves.
The book turns a page, and it says, how does someone know themselves? While you think, Helena, Cal, people are kind of looking around, trying to determine what happened. 5 minutes go by. And Satus has not reappeared.
He'll be back, right? We should just plan our nearest exit.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he'll be back, but he will probably be back here, right? So we should stay here till he comes back.
I think so.
I don't know how it works.
No, I don't know how it works either.
That is...
Wait, that time...
That is what happened when you sort of...
when Helena disappeared.
Yes, it did. That seemed very location-y. I think we should stay here.
Yeah, let's stay here. Also, last time one of you disappeared, I died. So I would really like it if he comes back soon.
Okay, but we're going to be really super alert.
Yeah, really super alert. It's true.
You are back at that space status, or you're still there, rather, and the question is still before you. How does someone know themselves?
How does someone know themselves? Was this an answer that I heard before and I'm forgetting something, or am I just supposed to fire off a cool answer?
No answer.
Okay. How does someone know themselves? Let me just think. What would I say? How does someone...
Cal, Helena, he's been gone for 15 minutes.
Cal? What should we do? It's magic. I don't understand.
I don't know either. I think he has to figure it out himself.
I think I might have an answer.
I feel like he's going to come back soon.
Psychic link is so cool. I wish I had that.
They love someone else.
So, like, the book sort of like a page turns and then turns back. Almost as if that answer was partially satisfactory. Like, sort of kind of being like, yeah, that was a good stab. You're thinking in the right direction. But I'm looking for something a little bit deeper, maybe, or a little bit more elemental. Cal, Helena, 25 minutes have gone by.
Is
The
anyone
sun
else
has
still
fully
around?
set.
Like, the Rochelle guy or the Pirate Queen?
The Pirate Queen, like, bounced
Yeah,
right
she
after she
bounced.
talked to Satus. Cirideth is still there. Aeson, Rachel bounced. Pretty much everyone, really, aside from, like, the staff, has left. Archibald is kind of hanging around, sort of being, what happened to the gentleman that was bidding for you all, and maybe starting to do a little bit of small talk.
You know, he does this sometimes. It's one of his tricks, and he just likes to play around, and I'm sure he'll be back soon.
Okay, well, please make yourselves at home for as long as you need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What time is it? Do you have the time?
It is, I think we just passed 7th bell a little bit ago.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to be running to the pirate ship.
Yeah, and hopefully not fighting a vampire on our way there.
Yeah, we really don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that, so... Satus!
I don't know! Tell me the answer!
I don't know.
But yes, back to Satus in the Chamber of Knowledge.
How does someone know themselves?
They roll an insight check.
Yeah, can I roll? Or I would say they love themselves. I don't know. Like, you can't know yourself until you love yourself.
Oh, I like that answer.
I will let you roll an insight check to see if you're able to kind of like piece together something here.
Okay, that would be a natural 1. Cool.
Oh boy.
I've been doing
Guys.
great at these,
Did
keeping the
so well in the
trend
auction.
of never doing good at the end. Very important roles.
You're having some fuzziness. You're
Yeah.
really having
Mhm.
trouble concentrating. Things are just kind of not appearing as they are before you. I'll let you try another insight check, but another 10 minutes go by in the real
Yeah.
world.
Okay. That. Oh my God! I rolled another natural one. That's so.
It's impossible.
No.
It's not. It's quite rare.
The book just sits there taunting you, and you're realizing that you're having even trouble, like, finding memories, finding things. Helena, Cal, it is starting to get, like, properly dark out. Like, it is no longer not even just like, oh, there's no longer direct sunlight. It is starting to be night. But Satus, I will let you roll one more insight check. Actually, this is kind of fun. Just like a good way to.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that one is a 15.
Venus
Okay.
is pretty good.
So suddenly you sort of realize that, like, okay, so you feel that you've been communing with the Maven, that is the goddess of kind of like knowledge and recorded history and all things that kind of have to do with like record keeping. And you realize that, like, every time that you've asked for guidance, every single time that you've kind of asked for anything that is like, what should I do? Where should I find this? What should I look for? They've almost never been like, go to a library and read a book.
Mhm.
And the time that they did do that, it was so that you could talk to someone and kind of bump into them in the right time to kind of do something with them. Like, it's always kind of been like, go out and see the world and like experience things, and in doing that you sort of like learn things. Like there's been kind of like an emphasis in kind of like, you know, go and do things and step outside your comfort zone is sort of like, you realize that there's kind of this like pattern of that in the tips and tricks that they have given you.
Okay. Then I would guess like it would be. How can you know yourself as like to know your limits or know your boundaries?
The
Or
book
test your limits?
there we go. There we go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the book starts to glow a little bit as you're starting to say those words, and then the second that you say like test your limits, the book glows like a bright yellow, and then you are out of there and you like arrive back in like the museum. The sunset lute in your hands. And give me one moment to make this appear in your character sheet.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Okay, so if you look at your character sheet now, you should see this
Here,
item
I'll
on
refresh
it now.
it.
And let me know if it's not showing up.
Oh, it's there. The
Great. It gives you a couple of interesting spells.
Ooh.
Most perhaps immediate right now is the spell Fly. But particularly of interest to you, I think, are the 5th level spells that it lets you do once per day. Not per rest, but per day. It lets you cast Modify Memory, it lets you cast Telepathic Bonds, and it lets you cast Seeming. So it kind of lets you mess with people's memories. It lets you talk to Cal and to Helena without opening your mouth. And it lets you change the way that all three of you look all at once.
Very cool.
But as you reappear holding this lute, now sort of fully empowered by it, you have 30 minutes to get to the dock.
Let's fly.
Let's fly, baby. Mhm.
Fly, fools.
I
Mhm. Yep.
believe that so let's see. So you can cast Fly through your lute, but that only affects one person.
Okay.
You can also cast Levitate, which means that you could make someone weightless and then kind of like take them along with you. Do either one of you, Cal, do you have anything that lets you fly or move quickly as part of your spell slots?
Not yet, I don't think.
I can't like do something to make it go higher than 3rd, right? Because it says like if you cast it at a higher level, then you can
You know what?
do more people.
I will sort of say that, like, for like the sudden rush of power of grabbing the item, and because I want to get you guys out of this city, we're going to allow it for this one time.
All I've got right now is spider climb, which I don't think is helpful right now, unless we're climbing up something or down something.
That's all right. We're going to just like say that, like, you know, the way that like Helena got to just like completely rip that Rakshasa apart.
Yeah.
Satus, we're going to
Supercharged
say that,
glowing.
like, for the ability to get it for the first time, you cast Fly, and it affects all three of you.
Whoa.
Cool.
Whoa.
You sort of, you know, like, you strum a note on this lute, and instantly the three of you get the power of flight.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, it is actually Fly by Lenny Kravitz that I play on the lute.
Yeah.
So, Sir Leonard Kravitz. Yeah.
So that allows you to get away.
Yeah.
It allows you to fly away.
Yeah.
And as you start to do that, you hear Saberdet's voice. She's just like, wait, Cal, come back down here. All right, one last time for the road. All right.
Oh,
Take care.
you.
Right.
Thank
Come
you.
back.
Oh.
After you save the world, come back and be grateful. All three of you.
we
We
will.
will. Enjoy the sword.
Bye. I'll enjoy selling it.
Yeah.
And I think with that, you
Alright.
guys just like haul ass to the docks.
Haul ass to the docks. Yep.
Yep. You sort of are able to like whoosh your way down there. And eventually just like land on the docks in front of this completely black ship. And you sort of see standing over the railing of the ship, Captain Curlin, as she sort of goes, you know, she'll glance a little bit at like, you know, pocket wristwatch that she has, and then sort of go like, impressive. Only a couple minutes left to spare.
Look,
Get
I had
in
a
here.
really hard test I had to pass.
Yeah.
You
But
know
we
how
made it in style.
You know how to make an entrance. Get on board. We're casting anchor in 5 minutes. Should be in Amar in about 8 days' time. Let's get going.
Yes,
Let's
Captain.
go. Aye, aye.
And a moment later, you know, the anchor is raised, and a few minutes later, you are standing on the deck of this ship as various pirates and sailors work around you to get the ship going up to top speed. And you sort of, you know, glance behind you as you see the city of Seldoran starting to kind of like fade back into the distance. And you have successfully managed to complete your adventures there. Roll me a quick perception check, everyone.
Yep.
My
Oh yeah,
turn.
there's the non-natural 20.
Uh-huh.
I got a natural one this time.
Nice.
Hey,
My turn.
you're just like, wow, a boat.
Yeah.
I got 11.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right. in the
Satus,
middle.
you're the only one that hears the slight flutter above you.
Shit.
And you look up in time to see two bats that kind of seem to do a cruise by of the ship and then turn around and begin to head back towards the city.
I wave at the bats.
Perfection. Very good. Awesome. Well, folks, that is it. You have successfuled done it. You have won the auction. You have gotten the sunset loot. Mike,
That was hard.
you
Yeah.
level up by 2 levels. Helena and Cal, you level up by 1 level.
Okie
Okay,
dokie.
Yes.
Cool.
As new and amazing
Okay.
powers are unlocked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exciting. Cool. I'll do that before our next session.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
Whew. Well, I'm exhausted after all of that.
So such a
sorry.
stressful
No.
finish. We got to do our 22 Midnights Nights like ASAP. I have
Yeah.
questions.
I know. But I just have to say, I love the way you framed this episode.
Oh, so
Yeah, it was really
fun.
cool.
So fun.
Super fun.
Thank you.
Yes.
I thought it would be a more fun way to do it rather than
Yeah.
just, you know, you have money and you go to the auction and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
win.
That makes
It
sense.
was
Yeah.
really cool. Timey
Yeah.
Super
wimey.
cool. Love
Yeah.
it.
Timey-wimey.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, alrighty.
All right.
Well, this has been a ton of fun. Let's just quickly rattle off our credits. This has been 20 to Midnight. It is adventure designed and DM'd by me, Gabriel Urbina. It is performed by Beth, Eyre, Emma Sherr-Ziarko, and Mike Schubert. It features wonderful original art by Mikaela Buckley and terrific original music by Alan Rohde. It also has sound effects, although not a lot of them this episode. I didn't have a lot of like coin jingling noises programmed. But when we do have sound effects, they are programmed through SoundSnap, or they are sourced through SoundSnap. And we are brought to you by the fine folks that support this show on our Patreon, which I will let one of my colleagues tell you about.
Join us on our Patreon.
There we go.
Patreon.com/20 to midnight, the number 20. And thank you to Rena, who is at our highest level.
Thank you. Thank you.
And as we mentioned, we're going to be doing another of our 20 to midnight nights, which are
AKA
available.
the 20 to midnight's complaint department, where
Yes.
players get to go to
basically.
What the
And how?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now this time Gabrielle gets to complain to me for ruining.
Yeah.
No, I do that on main. I didn't actually to 20 to midnight nights. I was just like, how could you?
Yeah. But thank you to everyone who supports us there, and if you'd like to join us and see us talk behind the scenes, I believe that's available starting at the $25 level, but we've got other goodies on Patreon available to everyone. And thank you to everyone who is subscribed on the Twitch as well. And last but not least, those who have subscribed on YouTube, who which is totally free to do, but really helps us. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're at like 600 something now.
Yes.
But that is
we
when
have slightly plateaued at our 600 level, and so we really want as much help as we can to just break through that barrier.
Yeah. So tell your friends, tell your enemies. And everyone,
family, friends, enemies, everyone in between. We want
them
all. We want them all. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Alrighty,
it.
folks. Well, we will be back soon for maybe the start of our next adventure. Maybe something ever so slightly different. We'll see. That's what we in the business call a tease.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. We're gonna have some fun. 2 down, 1 to go. What's going to happen as our heroes hunt down the final artifact that they are after? We're going to find out. So stay tuned, and we'll be back soon.